Hi everyone, welcome back to My Rising Rose, where we open ourselves to the cosmic family of benevolent beings that exist all throughout the cosmos and stay grounded and ordinary in our humanity. Today I'd like to channel Gorar, the Black Dragon of the Rising Rose, for you. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. I just had a feeling that when I woke up this morning I'd be channeling him for you. If you want to work with Gorar, then we've got the final opportunity to join Dragon Medicine Live on the 23rd of April. So be sure to check that out. There's the link in the description below. And if you want to support the channel, then please like and subscribe. Really helps to build things up. So I won't go into much more detail myself. I'll just go straight into the channeling now with Gorar. Gianalayun, Analayun, Gianalayun, Analayun, Ionalayun, Alnanayun, Ionalayun, Galnalayun, Ioranayun, Galanayun, Ionalayun, Nalnayanur, Gyalnalianur, Alnalnayun, Gyanalayunuren. Give me a moment while I'm tuning myself in. I'm just allowing my consciousness to blend with Jack's mind to bring through this very simple energy transmission to you. I am Gorar, Gorar, Black Dragon of the Underworld. And all the underworld means is the sacred dimension below. It's like the soil of existence. And that underworld is present within all things. It's present within you, within me, within this world, within everyone you've ever met, everyone you've ever known. Everybody has an underworld. In psychological terms, you could think of it as the unconscious. It's the unknown, it's the region that's largely hidden, unless you have the eyes to see it. So it's hidden until it's unveiled, and then it's not hidden anymore. Outside the Oracle of Delphi was written the words, "Know thyself." And that saying is wise because it points to many things and it can be used in many ways. But know thyself can point to the knowing of oneself within the unconscious, to know your own unconscious self, which of course then makes the unconscious conscious. And Carl Jung, the famous psychologist and psychotherapist, spoke about this, that until you make the unconscious conscious, you will be ruled by the unconscious and you will call it fate. The reason that I'm saying this is because you all are powerful creator beings. You all create. You draw upon the very fabric of creation and you weave it into your own unique pattern. And you largely do this unknowingly. So you end up creating all of these things that you claim you don't want and you don't like within your life, whether, that's the usual things like poverty, relationship troubles, an unsatisfying career, all the usual things. You are actually the one creating all of these things for yourself. It's just that you're unaware of your own process of creation. And what I'm here to do is to help you become more au fait, more familiar, more comfortable with your own underworld, so that you don't have to play this game of blaming fate for your life situation. Now, some of you will be resisting what I'm saying. Will say, no, it is cruel fate. And frankly, I can't help you. I can't help you until you're willing to actually see this for yourself. So you don't have to watch this video. You can save it for later. Save it for later. But for those of you who are willing to face the truth that you are actually the one who is creating your life situation, then you're very welcome here. You're very welcome, because it is only through that acceptance, humbling as it may be, it is only through that acceptance that you will reclaim your power around this situation, whatever it may be, and reclaim your power to create something different. You won't be able to weave a new pattern until you see the reality of what you've likely been creating for many, many years. So though it may be a difficult pill to swallow at times, it is a necessary one. I'm glad that I can be here with you and speak so directly and so freely. I'm grateful to all of you who have commented on the positive way that my energy lands within you. Because through your comments, you've given Jack the confidence to allow me to express myself more fully. You see, he was under the impression that many of you wouldn't like speaking to the black dragon of the underworld, that you would be afraid, and that you would push me away and push him away at the same time. And of course, that then evokes something within his own unconscious, which I am smiling at him right now, because we are seeing his own abandonment wounds and how they're held within his unconscious. And it's a little lesson for him, something for him to digest and let go of, to descend into, to consume, and then to rise up from. So I'm really here to help with all of this. And you might say, well, okay, well, how do I do this? How do you help me? Well, we've already begun, is the most simple and obvious fact to mention. The fact that I'm here, the fact that you're listening, that's the biggest beginning. That's already a movement toward greater clarity, greater honesty, and personal evolution. The energy that I'm bringing through is the most important thing. If you're familiar with our channelings, myself and the other Dragons of the Rising Rose, you know that we say this almost every time. That our words aren't the most important thing here, it's the energy. It's the energy. So the way that Jack is experiencing that energy is it's like the ground beneath him is open. It's a hard thing to describe. It's taken many years for his nervous system to grow accustomed to this. But it feels as if the ground is literally open beneath him, and he senses a vast void-like space in the ground. And there's a energetic communication between his body and this void-like space. And what happened over time was that he began to realize that actually he is this void-like space. Not that he isn't his humanity, he is his humanity as well, but his sense of self has expanded beyond his physical form and now includes this void-like space and includes me. Now that's an interesting thing to say, because I'm obviously channeling through him in a way as something external. You know, I am Gorar, the black dragon of the rising rose, right? That sounds like I'm not Jack, and I'm not you. But that's just like pointing at a tree and pointing at its leaves, or pointing at its branches. You can say that's a leaf, that's a branch. Yes. Those are two different things, but whether you're pointing at a leaf or you're pointing at a branch, you are pointing at a tree. So whether you are pointing at Jack or yourself, like leaves, or at me, or the other dragons of the rising rose, or the deities, branches, you are pointing at the tree of life. So we are separate, we are different. You are like leaves, I am like a branch, but we are also the same. Whether human or dragon, leaf or branch, we are all the tree of life. That's something beautiful to soak in for a moment. And when you start to realize this, you don't need to play games with your identity. You don't need to try to expand your identity. I'm familiar that some people in the comments will call themselves a dragon. And that's not really what I'm saying, because some of you are running away from your humanity. You know, it's true that in some dimension of yourself you are a dragon, but you are also a worm. You are also a bug, a mosquito, you know, and you are also human. So please don't use our connection here as an excuse to run away from your humanity. It won't do you any favors, because you can't run away from your humanity. You might create the fantasy of being something more grandiose as you see it. Tell yourself that your humanity is something wild and interesting, and then tell lots of people about that so that you feel worthy of connection. But that's just overcompensating for a wound. The perception that you aren't enough as you are. And that wound itself is a lie. It's not true. You are enough as you are. You are enough within your humanity. You do not need to overcompensate by creating some fantasy of yourself as something bigger, as something not human. You may be connected to myself or other beings, dragons or whatever, but that never stops you from being human. If you ever find that these types of spiritual openings, channelings, whatever it may be, is pulling you away from your humanity, then stop. Take a break there. Because you need to come into your humanity and accept the truth of who you are. Because otherwise you're always going to be running. And you're always going to be less than you could be if you just fully allow yourself to be you. The cosmos doesn't want you to be something other than you are. The cosmos has conspired throughout its entire history to create you and everyone else. To create you exactly as you are. Don't disrespect that by convincing yourself that you should be something other than what you are. Now, it can be a confusing journey, that journey of self-discovery, and it can be a painful one. So take your time. There's no pressure other than the pressure you put upon yourself. Allow yourself to remember who you are. Because who you are is never really lost, it's just temporarily forgotten. So the process of remembrance is less one of tension and struggle and more one of relaxation and epiphany. Oh, this is me. This is who I've been the whole time. I always felt like I was this, but now it really feels like I am this. That's the journey of authenticity. And then it reaches a point where it doesn't even occur to you anymore. It doesn't occur to you to wonder who you are or whether you're being authentic. You've been it for so long, it doesn't even cross your mind. All of you are on this path to remembrance of who you are, at alignment with the way that the cosmos intended you to be. So take your time as you walk this path, be gentle with yourself, and be courageous. Be aware that it's okay to deceive yourself. That eventually all deceptions will fall away. And only the glistening truth will remain.